What's up, people of YouTube? So I'm making this video because I'm actually kind of having a panic attack and I'm trying to get my mind off it. So what better way than to talk about some other shit, right? And don't mind me, I get out of breath when I get panic attacks. So any fucking way. So what I want to talk about is more about depression. And the reason why I want to cover depression is that's something I struggled with for like 15 to 20 years, all the way until I was like 30, 31, 32. Now, me having panic disorder, anxiety disorder, yeah, it's bad. It's not a good feeling whatsoever, thinking that you're dying or feeling like you're dying and having to go through feeling like shit and literally having to go to the hospital sometimes and all the craziness of it was weird, man. I saw a video of Keanu Reeves and he was talking about anxiety and from his explanation, this dude is really having anxiety and panic attacks. And he's like, man, you just gotta go with the roller coaster, just gotta go with the ride. And like, damn, like that's on point, But depression is something else, and it's almost impossible to explain what depression is to people that have not experienced it. It's nearly fucking impossible. I don't care if they're your loved one, they're your wife, they're your parents, they're your friends, even if they're your fucking doctors, man. If they haven't experienced manic depression, fucking, you can't explain it. So I have vivid dreams, extremely vivid dreams, and I always have my whole life. And most of my vivid dreams, or most of all the dreams I have, they're all nightmares and like night terrors and whatever you call it. I don't have like good dreams. It's rare. It's extremely, like, I'll have 100 bad dreams before I'll have a single one that I'll deem like, alright, that was an okay dream. And it was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I had this dream, and in my dream I had depression again. And fuck, man, to just be launched back into that reality of what it feels like to just be fucking depressed. And my depression didn't stem from like a single trauma or a single event. It was, I guess, in response to just an accumulation of my entire life that had happened, And it probably got full blown in my early 20s. But that dream, it took me, I was in depression in my dream, and I could feel it exactly the same way when I was super heavy depressed, and it's fucking wild. The burden on your shoulders you feel, man, it weighs so fucking heavy. That depression, man, you can't hold it up. It's this behemoth of a cloud that's over your head, and you you're shouldering it and you don't know why, and it's impossible to shoulder it. It really is impossible to shoulder it sometimes. Was I suicidal? Yes, I fucking was. Yeah, most definitely I was suicidal, when I was manically depressed. So, I have a friend. He's kind of... I had this conversation with him because when we were young, man, like, I guess we were like 17, 18, 19, somewhere there, Not 19, maybe 16, 17, 18, somewhere there. My friends had some Vicodin, and my friend just gave me a Vicodin, and when I took it, it was like being on a fucking cloud. It was like being on a cloud because, and I remember it until this day. I remember it vividly. We were at the mall, and he gave it to me, and I popped it, and we hung out listening to some music for like 10 minutes until we went into the mall. And as I was walking into the mall, it started hitting me. The pill started hitting me. Maybe it wasn't 10 minutes. Maybe it was, 20 minutes. Whatever the fuck. Point is, like, we were chilling, and then we went into the mall, and man, it was like I was on cloud 9, And the reason why I felt like I was on cloud 9 is because I was like severely depressed, and to suddenly feel normal, because I wasn't high. I was not high at all. I was fucking normal, and I was instantly fucking hooked to painkillers, specifically Vicodin, and I wasn't hooked because of a high. And my friend, for years, he still brings it up today, like until today, he still brings it up that, like, he feels so bad that he introduced me to Vicodin, and how he thought I abused it for years, even though I tried explaining to him that, no, man, like, I was not that type of an addict, man. Like, I was not chasing a high. I was not taking pills to be normal, like not have withdrawals. That was not my thing, man. My thing, I would literally just take enough to feel normal. Now, a lot of people don't know that Vicodin originally, at some point, was a feel-good medicine. It wasn't a painkiller, even though they had morphine and stuff like that. But Vicodin was just a mood enhancing. It was like antidepressant, pretty much, originally. And the reason for it is because Vicodin, it causes euphoria, and euphoria is just like another term for like happiness, so if you're feeling down, so they would prescribe it back in the days, like as a feel-good medicine. I didn't know that, but I wanted to know why I was feeling normal when I would take these pills, and I did a lot of research into the different compounds and what they are, where they come from, why, and that was the reason why I was feeling normal. So I would just take enough, and I took it for years. I took it as long as I had my depression, and my depression was severe at certain times and less severe at other times. But it was always fucking severe. And I've actually thanked my friend that introduced me to Vicodin, man. And that conversation went, even though he doesn't believe it, he thinks I'm just saying it so he could feel good, you know, or at least not feel bad that he introduced me to Vicodin and that I took it for years. But the conversation went somewhere like, you know, you don't need to feel guilty about it. On the contrary, thank you. Like, I'm actually saying thank you for introducing me to that. Because I was a person that I really, like, drugs were not my thing. I was not one of those people that wanted to try different drugs and all this shit. Like, that just wasn't my thing. So, but I said thank you because you saved my life by introducing me to fucking Vicodin. To be more exact, Norcos. I was taking Norcos, you know? Just 10 milligram Norcos, and that saved my life. Literally, the amount of times I swear to God, man, I would have blown my head off in my early 20s. It blew. I did not know how I made it to 20 to begin with. I had no perception of passing 20. It was just unforeseeable to me, you know, completely unforeseeable. And turning 21 was completely a shock. Turning 22 was an even greater shock. The fact that I made it to 23 and hadn't fucking blown my head off, or I hadn't chugged down a whole bunch of fucking pills and killed myself. So I never attempted suicide because there wasn't gonna be no attempt. You know, I was either gonna off myself or I wasn't. There was no middle ground. And man, I'm gonna tell you, there's some dark fucking times where I really sat there just contemplating blowing my head off, man. I contemplated just, you know, where I had bought enough pills, the right type of pills, and I sat there either just drinking and popping a couple Vicodins and just staring at just if I should take it or not, you know, and everything in me wanted to take it. But the Vicodin would kick in, and then suddenly I felt normal enough to tell myself, like, what the fuck are you thinking, bro? You know, what the fuck are you thinking about, man? Like, you're really sitting here for hours just contemplating fucking blowing your head off or somehow offing yourself. Like, you're fucking crazy, man. And I would always at least wait, let the pills kick in, man, and you know, let them kick in and let me figure out if this is how I really feel or if it's this depression making me feel this way. And I knew it was the depression, but I was going through it for so long. It was just the way it is. I didn't remember being any other way than being manically depressed, man. fuck, yeah. I guess was thinking, you know, one day it could be different. One day it might be different, you know? One day it might just be different. This might not always be the case, you know? And it took a long fucking time, but I got over it, man. I don't know how that shit went away, but it literally went away in a night, in one night. I got shot 5 times, almost died. I had both lungs collapse. I was in a 4-day induced coma. I got shot in the face, in the throat, both my lungs. Just took mad physical damage. But when I got out of my coma, my induced coma, one of the first things I thought to myself is, holy fuck, I'm not depressed. Holy fuck, I'm not in depression. And that's how my depression went away. I guess if I have any words for people going through depression, man, get help. Get help, man. Any type of fucking help you can get it. Whether it be a psychologist, a psychiatrist, any type of fucking shrink, man. If they give you meds, take those fucking meds. And just therapy, anything. It doesn't matter fucking if you have to go to group meetings, if you were in a position like I was, where you were at that life and death, like you were literally at that point, dude, you do whatever the fuck you have to make it out. Just to the next fucking day. The amount of times I told myself, just take these fucking pills, go to sleep, man. Just make it till tomorrow. Just make it to tomorrow. And when you make it to tomorrow, worry about making it to the next day after that. But for right fucking now, you just make sure you make it through this minute, you make it through this hour, you make it through this day. Just make it to the next day, you know? And then I'd have to do it all fucking over again, man. And I'd have to do it all over again. I can't put into words the pain you feel when you're manically depressed, man. There are no words for it. There are no words for it. And I felt every kind of pain there is to feel, man. I felt every type of pain there is to feel. Broken hearts, fucking broken bones, torn body parts, fucking shot up, car accidents I almost died in, you know, all types of fucking loss, and none of it, absolutely none of it, it's not even the same fucking sport. Forget the ballpark, man. It's not even the same sport. That's how horrible that pain is, man. And it was horrible for me because I had nothing to put my finger on and say this is the reason why. You know, this is the reason why. So I guess for anyone going through it, once again, man, just make it to the next day. Just make it to the next day, and then worry about tomorrow. For today, you worry about making it through today. Don't shy away from getting any type of help, because that pain becomes addictive. You get addicted to that pain as well. It becomes a familiar face, like an old friend, you know? And there's a fear of losing it because it's you. It becomes such a big part of you, and it encompasses such a large part of you and your life and who you are, that it becomes, you develop a fear of losing it. Don't be afraid of losing it, man. Be afraid of losing your life, you know? That's something you won't get back. And I'm here to tell you that there's a brighter future. I can't say tomorrow, I can't say next month, next year, but it's coming. Just like it hit you like a ton of bricks, it'll go away like a ton of bricks, man. It'll just go away just one day. So just don't shy away from any type of help whatsoever. Good luck, man. And if no one tells you, I'm gonna tell you that it's okay. I feel your pain. I know what you're going through. And it's okay to be hurting. And even though I don't know you, I love you. I'm not in love with you, but I love you. You're gonna make it. Just be strong for yourself. That's it. It's okay. It'll be alright. It'll be alright.